Hello everyone, I'm Def and welcome to another round of the Apex Online GT3 League, this time around Silverstone Grand Prix layout. So yeah, should be familiar feeling for a lot of drivers. Yeah, this track provides really good racing in general, and there were also the 3 hours of Silverstone not too far ago for the endurance rounds out there. But anyway, just 3 minutes and a half left into the session. I tried to improve on my lap time of 59.5, which is fairly decent to be honest. In practice, just a couple of hours before the maximum I could do was 59.4, so yeah, decided to have another go at it. And actually, the first sector is not too bad. As you can see, we're up on our previous best lap time, which, to be honest, wasn't really difficult to do. I know how to nail the apexes and the corners, and that leads onto around 3/10 up on our previous lap. So it looks fairly good at the moment. Missing a bit the apex here, but it's fine because the car is light, obviously with low fuel, so the handling is not too much of a bother. But yeah, actually you can see we're carrying on and actually improve the further tenths. So this is looking good at the moment. Maybe a couple of positions at the end of the lap, but we'll see. Now exiting the most famous string of corners. With the F1 cars, it's simply awesome through there. With the SLS, I struggle a bit with the car balance. I didn't really know how to solve that with the setup, so I guess I just went along with that and hopefully hanging there during the race. And as you can see, as we are approaching the end of the lap now, decent improvement, it should be over the line. Let's see. 58.953. P6 at the moment. That will turn into P7 as Weber's improved at the end. So yeah, formation lap. I will leave you guys for the first couple of laps and see you on the other side. Enjoy. Yeah, decent opening 2 laps. I managed to gain 1 position at the start on Weber's, but he's looking really close at the moment. Obviously, we should have the same pace, if not for him to be slightly faster, but at the moment I'm thinking it's really important to stick with the group in front, and hopefully he won't give me a hard time defending, because obviously when you start looking in the rear mirrors you already lose time. But yeah, as you can see, the guys in front seem to have pulled away a couple further, maybe half a second or so. So I know already I won't have an easy race, but that's fine. That's what I want to. Um, it's important to push, but at the moment to keep it consistent. The tire wear should be manageable, just about, from the practice I did earlier. As you can see, Jordan actually made a mistake somewhere along the line, and didn't, obviously in that part of the track is not possible to pass, so I just wanted to get the car slowed down, avoid making contact. Fortunately enough, Weber's had avoided running into the back of me, so that was a bit of a hitting moment. As you can see, Jordan is really going really wide there. Maybe I can capitalize on that. That's what I'm thinking about, and simply overbreak myself. Looking back at it, I can tell, yeah, never really tried an overtake here before, and yeah, just lost sight of the braking boards for a moment, and obviously I wasn't really looking in front and snapped out of it a bit. But anyway, lost a couple of positions, but we're still in the group. We have the McLaren of Wizard behind us now. And yeah, it's kind of big train, 6-7 cars, all battling, and hopefully they lose a bit of time, and yeah, but let's see how it goes. As we now have a bit of a screen time for the Cadillac of Chaos Theory, who's battling it with Chirac just in front of us. And yeah, they're having a bit of a side-by-side action, but the Chaos Theory decides against it in the end, and just holds on into P10, I believe, at the moment. Now the focus is on Chaos Theory, who, after his mistake, was just behind me, trying to pressure me into village, but managed to have a quite decent exit with the outside line. And at this moment, I hope he's going to play the long-term game and let me catch up Chirac, because I know we have the same pace, but I am slightly faster by a couple of tenths, and yeah, it's looking close at the moment. But Chaos Theory, I must say, he doesn't have quite the top speed to in fact. Not so many GT3 cars have the top speed to compete with me and hope to overtake me on the straight. And yeah, I'll just have to take care around the corners, but at the moment really I'm trying to focus in front. Catch up with Chirac, because in front of him the guys seem to have actually a mistake by Chaos Theory. We left him the space, but I think he ran a bit over the curb, and yeah. So a few laps later, our efforts are being rewarded. As you can see, we are catching Chirac. I think we are roughly around 1 second behind him now, and hopefully we'll get in the slipstream to catch even more. In the straights, as you can see, I'm flashing a bit my lights to tell him I'm here, I'm coming and get you. So a bit of mind games, obviously. You know, I don't like to talk too much during races, but highlights and stuff, I think it's fun sometimes. You can see just a couple laps later, yeah, I was still battling it with Chirac, and Abe, the ace, the championship leader, came out of the pits, which I was kind of surprised to see. I was having so much fun pushing that I actually didn't realize this was already the halfway point of the race, which means pit stop time for, I think, pretty much all the field. I don't think anyone is going to go for the zero stop. And yeah, you can see we already lost much time to Chirac in front, obviously with the defending into village. I really didn't want to give him the position. It was important to stay at tennis contact, but unfortunately we lost time in the process. So yeah, at this moment in time I'm thinking, yeah, hold up, this is like lap 19. I thought Chirac in front was going to pit. In fact, he didn't, and I used this opportunity to pit and do an undercut. Actually, I think Chaos Theory follows us in the pits. So yeah, I guess Chirac last one in front will pit, maybe in a lap or two. And this is, as you can see, meanwhile, Chirac is still defending from 8 the ace, who caught up, really quickly to him. Obviously, that's to be expected with the new tires. Actually, it's the same story with the SLS. The Aston, you know, when it comes to acceleration and top speed, it's top-notch, really. And you really have to be under the rear ring to have a chance on the braking zone. And even with that, it's not guaranteed, you know. But Chirac and Aid, They're losing so much time in the process. You know, it's good for us, good for our business. Actually, he carries on another lap, and the Bentley flashes his lights in frustration, because obviously, you know, he's probably racing up front, so he's really losing times on his opponents. And as you can see, I don't know if you've seen it well, but there's an Aston who came out of the pits in the background. We can't quite see it because of the flashing lights. However, this is Chirac's teammate, so their plan effectively worked with Seppel just coming out of the pits just a couple seconds behind those guys. So yeah, with Dennis now, as he exits the pits, as you can see we passed, and Chaos Theory is going to be very close indeed into the corner. Let's see. Yeah, Chirac holds into the inside, sorry, a bit of contact, but they managed just about fine, and yeah, it's all game now for the second stint, so yeah, now it's battle time with the Aston and the Cadillac just behind me. Eventful race so far. The undercut worked, obviously helped by the fact Chirac hold off the Bentley in front to help his teammate, as he's actually quite close to us now into the loop, coming into the start-finish straight. Yeah, still have the edge out of those corners. Obviously the acceleration of the Merc V8 helped a lot. But he has a tidier line. Actually goes for the inside, and I think he cut a bit the track and giving him a penalty. And instead, Chaos Theory is trying to capitalize. Man, it's a bit of a mess here. Many things going on, but Chaos Theory again decides against the move and simply tucks in behind. And actually, every time, almost every lap, he's pressuring us into Chapel, because that's where I really lose time compared to those guys. Maybe it's the driving, maybe it's the setup, maybe it's the car, or maybe it's a combination of all those. The bottom line is I wasn't really quick through that 4 corners, which is a bit of a shame, but I still could manage to defend effectively. And yeah, at this moment, I think for the guys behind me, it's just about waiting for the right opportunity. So obviously my job is not to make a mistake, but that's really hard. We are driving with ABS and traction control. I mean, they are up for use. Sometimes I turn off traction control, but around here I think I had it. I think now I've pulled off a couple more tenths in front. So yeah, at this point it's just going as fast as I can, because you know, when you start to drive and defend at the same time, you're more prone to do mistakes, let's say. Which, as I say again, it's a great track for racing, but it's difficult to overtake around here. Like, you really need a good run on your opponent. Actually, we're dropping a couple of laps. Still in that tricky section, you can see, you know, it's Chirac behind us with the Aston, pressuring us into the back straight, but I think we're managing fine at the moment. Jumping a couple laps more now into cups, and somewhere along the line the braking board was taken out. So it was really difficult to be accurate with the braking, because actually I think the braking port was around the midway point between the two braking boards, like around 75 meters or something. But yeah, it will be increasingly difficult now to have a clean racing line with the maximum amount of speed we can carry through those corners. As we're, yeah, going a bit off track there, but not losing time. Dennis followed us. That's often like that. When you closely follow a driver in front, sometimes you follow his lines and his mistakes too. And you know, Chirac at the moment is probably in the most difficult position, because he needs to attack and defend at the same time, which is not an obvious thing to do. You'll know it if you race, especially on games that require great focus, like project cars. Yeah, really three-way battle. I believe it's for P8, as we definitely lost touch with the guys in front when I came out of the pits. I think the McLaren of Samster was something like 10 seconds in front, and the fact we lost time battling didn't help either. But you know, compared to my previous races, to still be battling at this moment of the race is definitely something I was thrilled about. Yeah, I was just hoping for some racing at this point. Yeah, you can see they're always catching us, and actually cut the track a bit here. I think I got a cut track penalty, and Chirac too. And just as the cut track penalty ends, I was side by side with Chaos Theory, and I had the power to deny him the position. So that was kind of nice to see. Obviously, I was really stressed at this moment, because with the tires wearing out, I wasn't so I was confident about defending, but not so much about overtaking. Basically, I knew if I let one of the guys pass, I will probably never see them again. Hopefully, though, it will stay for us, the situation won't change for us. Let's see. Yeah, you can feel it as I understeer out of Abbey. I think, yeah, wider line every time on the first right-hander, which is, ooh, and actually, yeah, Chirac tried a bit of a dive here. I really wasn't expecting him, and I was left confused, which is why I run wide here. He's on the outside, I think, so we're going to leave the space. Actually, we're in front now. But yeah, coming back to the contact, I think, well, I remember I saw him, but too late. I already turned in, and as I turned in, I see some lights in my rear mirror. Yeah, couldn't really avoid him, which is unfortunate, but we carry on. I don't think we got a lot of damage from that, for both of us. So we're just carrying on with the tires that are slowly but surely dying. And Chaos Theory looms in the dark, waiting for that mistake that will see him through. Hopefully, though, I'll stay in front of him, but for that we'll need to wait and see. And Stowe, very difficult corner at this stage of the race, because with the tires, yeah, it's always getting a kick of oversteer through there. Anyway, jumping a couple more laps, as we see. Ooh, yeah, we're going to let Chaos Theory go through the inside, run a little bit wide, and that obviously compromised the traction and the exit. And like I said, hopefully I can still keep up with him, but he should pull away quite easily, because at this point I reckon I'm probably just holding these guys. Which is a shame though. I think, yep, as you can see on the Motec, 77 minutes into the race. I think we only have like 10 minutes more, which is only a couple of laps. So it's a shame to lose the position right at the end, but that's racing. As we cut here a bit, which is a bit of a misjudgment with the tires. So you can see now full steering lock, sorry. As the tires, you know, the car just doesn't want to turn in, so it's a real struggle. I really felt slow through those corners, but anyway, trying to get closer to Chaos Theory, you know. Man, the car just doesn't want to turn, and I got a cut track penalty for that. And Dennis with the dive down the inside, I knew he would outbrake himself, so I just turned in a bit slighter than usual. And with Chaos Theory now definitely gone, this is just between Chirac and I for the last couple of laps. Yeah, almost getting out of the track here. Simply the tires don't allow me to push at the moment. It's just about keeping the car on track. I was a bit surprised too, because with the practice I didn't experience such rapid tire wear. Looking back at it, this is probably due to the fact I was pushing all race, you know, as opposed to practice where you can push, but it's not a race situation when you are attacking, defending, using a tiny bit much of the tire grip available. And it's a fine limit between, you know, keeping the tires in the right window and see them wear slower than what they would in a full attack race like we had around here. But still better to crash than at lap 5, I guess. Anyway, As you can see, Chirac really close, really close. Actually, we're going to mess up completely the last corner, which gives us a shit exit. And Chirac, despite him seemingly missing the corners, actually he's right there to pounce on the inside. This is actually the last couple of laps, I believe. Couple of corners, I mean, in the last lap. So yeah, trying the dive here maybe. No, he covers the inside. He felt the dive bomb coming. I tried to switch back, but yeah, it's not really possible. And yeah, so lost 2 positions in the last 2 or 3 laps, which I'm not too proud about, but it's fine. I had a intense race. Actually, the tires gave up really quite heavily in the last couple of laps. It made me very difficult to defend, and unfortunately finish P9, as I leave you guys with the results and standings now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.